Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your astrology and tarot reading for November 20th through 30th. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have been doing great. And if you have not yet joined the channel, I do invite you to reach out there and subscribe, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoyed this content. First, a few quick notes before we get started with our session, that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Cancer out there. So if it does resonate with you, it is meant for you. If it does not resonate with you, kick it on out to another Cancer out there. This will mostly correspond to Cancer's Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all Cancer cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you need any information additional about booking readings, leaving donations, card decks that I use, all the information is in the description box. So let's go ahead and start by talking about your astrology, Cancer. Oh my goodness, there is so much happening in this last part of November that there is just a great amount of change and movement coming through for us all. For you, the biggest parts of the chart that are really getting focused on right now are your universal 5th and 6th house. That's really what I'm looking at, because so much Scorpio energy was concentrated in that 5th house for you, especially over this last month. The Mercury retrograde in Scorpio that we've had has been in that house as well. So you've been doing some really deep digging into getting into understanding your heart, the kind of love you need, what you want to draw from and what you want to bring to yourself on a very positive emotional level, and also understanding better your own creative expression, how to voice what's truly inside your heart out to the world in a stronger, more positive way. So the other thing that's coming up now, as we're starting to move out of Scorpio energy into Sagittarius, we're going to have Mercury going direct on Wednesday, the 20th. We're having the Sun moving into Sagittarius on Friday, the 22nd. Then we have the new moon, and the moon cycles are very important for Cancer, is going to be in Sagittarius on Tuesday, 26th. So that new Sagittarius energy is going to hit your 6th house and light up that universal 6th house for you. That is the Virgo house. So Cancer, you will be very activated to cleanse, to clear, to purge, to take stock of your habits, the things that you do that bring you well-being, greater health, greater harmony. Also, if you've been having any extra anxieties or worries or fears or things that keep going on in your mind, this is an excellent time to start to review those as well and begin to take a check of how you're handling your inner thoughts and inner world, because this is a great time for cleansing and clearing of all areas, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. So those are all coming up. Venus is going to be moving into Cancer on Monday 25th. That is going to do an opposition to your sun sign. So you may feel that in love and relationships, there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of kind of push and pull energy. Don't stress it too much, because I feel that that also brings a lot of good love to you, because that's going to light up your natural 7th house, your relationship house. So you could also be seeing a deepening of relationship, of friendship, and connections getting more solid. That Capricorn energy definitely brings things into manifestation, and it also has a way of getting rid of anything that's not good for you, or if the timing's just not right, it requires a little bit of patience. So it's like, if you've been sitting around going, when is that person I like going to ask me out, are they ever going to come around? Just be patient, because that Capricorn energy is always a thing about timing involved. Also, Neptune is going direct on Wednesday 27th, and it is, of course, stationed in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is very harmonious for you, Cancer, because it's a fellow water sign, and I believe that that's going to be a very positive movement for you as well. Really is going to start to get those, those hopes, those dreams, those kind of ephemeral aspirations that you've had your eye on for a while. It gets it moving again, because Neptune has been retrograde for 5 months. So that's a really great motion as well. So let's go ahead and get started with your card reading. I'm going to pull just a couple of major themes first, and then we're going to get into a full Celtic cross reading for you as well. dear angels, divine beings of light, ancestors, guardians, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Cancer as we do the reading for them for November 20th through 30th, 2019. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. All right, Cancer. So yeah, there's a lot going on here about love and relationship, because the Lovers is your first card out of the deck with the major arcana. This is also a Gemini ruled card, so this deals with a lot of communication. It's very important to voice your feelings, voice your opinions, don't hold back, make sure that you're both communicating well. And sometimes as well, this can definitely point to a decision needing to be made. Not always between, you know, a love partner, but sometimes just in life with regards to two differing things that you have to choose between. So that's a big burst of loving energy, of communication energy coming in there for you for this last part of the month of November. So now I'm going to pull a bird card. We've got the Bird Spirit Oracle card. I absolutely love this one. There was an owl hooting away when I started to do my readings last night, and that informed my decision to bring the bird spirits into these readings. So let's go ahead and pull one of these for Cancer. Oh, that one felt right, so I'm going to bring that out. There is the goose, and this is a wonderful, steadfast, stable, very strong energy. And it says, pursue your quest. The goose is one of the most powerful migrators. They fly the longest distance when they do their migrations. They're very bonded to their family groups, and they really know how to work together as a team to get where they're going. So, Cancer, that's a very strong, powerful animal spirit, powerful bird spirit that's coming through for you with that goose energy. I really love him. I actually had a very powerful dream about a goose a couple weeks ago, and it was great. It was like there was this goose in my life, and it was just, you know, it was a female goose, and, you know, she was just very strong and just lending this sort of sense of stability. So I think that's a wonderful spirit to have with you and on your side. So now let's pull a card from the Goddess deck here, the Eliki, to see which kind of feminine divine intuition energy is coming in as we go closer to that Neptune going direct. We're all getting more back in tune with that very feminine, very, you know, watery, sensitive, psychic kind of energy. So let's see what message these have for you today. Ooh, Eterna. Metamorphosis, transcend, and journey, she who becomes. So Cancer, you are really in a beautiful metamorphosis stage of going from one place to another. You're transcending old habits, you're transcending old toxic situations or relationships. And also I love the fact that it brings in the keyword journey, because Neptune is actually going to be going into that direct motion in your universal chart. It's in the 9th house, and that is Sagittarius energy, which is all about the journey, all about the forward movement. So I do believe that you are going to be going on a very spiritual, transcendent journey as we close out this year and get into 2020, Cancer. So let's start pulling your tarot. I'm going to be mostly using the Celestial Tarot today, and then we're going to clarify with the Grand Lux Tarot to get some deeper messages for you. Okay, so wow, Cancer, you're coming from some really intense energies in the immediate past. Here's that Eight of Swords. So this is definitely pulling into something where you felt very stuck. And because that's a sword energy, it's Venus and Gemini in that card particularly, so communication could have been really blocked. This Mercury retrograde could have been doing quite a number on you, but because it was in Scorpio, it also puts you into review of realizing it's like, you know what, if there's somebody in my world or in my life that no matter what I say to them, it's always wrong, you know, it's like that might be time to move on. This also tells you that this is a card that points out where you could liberate yourself. You're not as stuck as you think you are. So let's pull a clarifier for this card in the past position. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness, Cancer. So the Devil crosses that Eight of Swords. I mean, that's major breaking away, liberation from something that's binding you, something that you maybe have even been kind of obsessed with a little bit, because that is obsession a lot of times with that Devil, is like something that's like, you know, maybe it's not good for you, but you just keep coming back to. But this is like a major freeing yourself moment from the past. So let's get into the present card. This is going to be number 1, the Magician, Mercury energy, which is interesting because like we were talking about that Mercury retrograde, you would have done a lot of review. And the Magician is all about coming back to the beginning. So it's like you're starting from fresh. You're creating your own new reality. This is strong Virgo energy, strong Gemini energy. So you know, you brought up that Lovers card, which is Gemini energy, and then in your universal chart, all that Sag is going to be hitting your Virgo house. So this is a lot of healing in communication, especially when you've been truthful in the past and people have really just dumped on you for it or haven't treated you well as a result of you speaking and voicing your feelings. And coming from that Eight of Swords and that Devil in the past position, you know, these have been some really difficult, trying times for you in the past going out. So let us pull a clarifier for the Magician card here in the center, please, Spirit. Yes, and the Page of Cups. So to me, this is a rebirth for you, especially in this combination, because it's like new emotional connections, new friendships, new love interest. You know, it may be somebody kind of trying to apologize or reconcile with you as well, because pages often bring messages through, but it's really up to you, Cancer, whether or not you want to accept that, because you're very much in a place of newness. That Mercury energy that comes through with the Magician, it thinks quick, it moves fast. So your mind is moving faster than it usually does. You're really ready to embrace something better and new. And then going into the immediate future, we have Taurus energy coming from the Hierophant card. This is very grounded, this is very stable. It's about making solid spiritual commitments. It is a Venus ruled card, so there is often that extra bonus of it sometimes being a love relationship, could be as much as a marriage, an engagement, something that takes a relationship to the next level and grounds it and stabilizes it. So let's pull a clarifier here on the Hierophant, please. Yes, and oh my goodness, so Cancer, look at that. You may be going forward to something very, very love connected, because look at that Two of Cups sitting on top of that Hierophant card. Those two together is like marriage, union, connection, soulmate, twin flame, somebody serious coming in, or somebody that you've already got in your life, you know, really coming through and stepping it up. So yeah, keep your eye out for those kind of like real soul connected relationships and connections. This is also spiritual, because that cup connection, you know, those water connections are spiritual. The Hierophant also has that very spiritual side. So this can also be you really making a commitment to your spiritual life, to, you know, really doing what's right for your heart and soul. So let's look at the undercurrent. What's going on in the subconscious? What is it that you're really kind of wanting, needing, feeling on a deep, you know, level? Is the Seven of Wands. So to me, this can be a lot of air energy, you know, as well as fire. This is Jupiter, this is Sagittarius, a lot of, you know, really fiery, airy action. It's like it's a lot of movement, and sometimes this can make you feel like you're really kind of struggling within yourself, like you're arguing within yourself. It's not even so much about somebody necessarily attacking you as you're having a lot going on inside your mind. And we talked about that earlier in the astrology. You know, there's a lot of that mental energy coming up that has to be reviewed. So let's bring up a clarifier card for the Seven of Wands. And as you can see on that Seven of Wands, the associated constellation is Lyra, which is the harp or the lyre. So it's, you know, again, to me, this is about communication, because we communicate through music and through thoughts. So yeah, let's pull a clarifier for her. Yeah, and so this is really, you know, what you're desiring and what, you know, you're feeling in your deep subconscious mind, what you need to know about the undercurrent, you know, is really that Nine of Coins, Cancer. It's like there's that part of you that really wants to get stable, really wants to get grounded. Anything that's been kind of throwing you off of that, you see that as a real threat to your stability. So don't let yourself get caught up in arguments, even things that especially don't go anywhere. Don't get caught up on that, because the more that you do, the less it takes away from your ability to work and be grounded and stable and root for, you know, your own energy. So, you know, because this is somebody that's very solid, very stable, good in business, has good foresight, knows how to handle their resources, and that's what you really, really want to go for. That's the undercurrent. So then on the top, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is what is coming through from the divine, from spirit. These are messages that they may want you to know. So this is all about you being patient. This is Virgo energy, Mercury energy yet again here coming through. And so this is all about one step at a time, being patient, putting the effort in, doing things one piece at a time, Cancer, and not getting too impatient to see it come through to fruition. You know, and again, because it is that Mercury Virgo energy, Spirit is also saying this is something where you're working to, you know, clear, to heal, to recover from some old pains and wounds, and really get, you know, really deeper in touch with your well-being, deeper in touch with what heals you and what makes you feel better overall, what puts you in a better place. So let's pull a clarifier for this one. Yeah, and look what comes on top of that is Justice. So yes, it is all about balance. You need to work steadily but surely, Cancer, to balance your health, balance your well-being, balance what it is that needs to be done. And this is a lot about fairness too. So, you know, if any of you have, you know, this isn't going to resonate with every Virgo, because it's general, but you may have some of you that are really working towards creating actual fairness, like some of you, if you're in a court case or if you're in a, you know, a legal battle with something, you know, to me that's just saying keep things organized, keep things lined up one day at a time so that you have a greater chance of getting the justice and the fair outcome that you definitely deserve. So let's go into some extra messages coming up the side here for you and get some advice on all of this. Okay, Cancer, I'm going to tell you right off, the Two of Cups popped out yet again. So there is, I mean, for some of y'all, there is definite love and definite soul connection type relationship, either already in your life that's improving or it's on the horizon for you. So the Three of Cups comes up into the suggested approach. So this to me, Cancer, is always celebration, connection with friends, you know, having a solid union with their family, because here's that Cancer energy, Neptune energy comes through with this. So it's a spiritual union as well as a family, friends kind of feeling of harmony. So anywhere that you can go, and I also love that this constellation connected with this card is the ship, the Argo, so it's all about taking that journey yet again. Whether maybe you need to travel to somebody to see them or they're traveling to you, there's some movement around that, and it will be very, very good for you. So let's pull a clarifier on the Three of Cups, please. Yes, and there we go, Eight of Coins. This is definitely something worth pursuing, definitely worth doing something with your friends and family. And this could even point to working with them in some capacity. This could point to some kind of project or some kind of even a small business or something that you start with them because of that Eight of Coins being so rooted in the earth element and all about, you know, working one day at a time, progressing your focus, coming up into what you need to know now. There we go. Two of Cups, Ursa Major, Cancer energy, your own energy in this card as well. And it's also Pluto energy in the Two of Cups. That's why it's a very, very soul connected, very deep emotional card. So yeah, you've brought that up in this reading twice. Could be some big connected love. You got the Lovers in that beginning on the Major. So let's pull a clarifier for this second Two of Cups that has popped up here. Okay, and yes, look at this. So Four of Swords is over top of this particular Two of Cups. So Cancer, this could be a couple of things that this can mean for you. For some of you, it's going to be that you need a little bit of a break, especially for Cancers that have been in a relationship. But if it is a soul-connected relationship, if you've been through some stress lately, this could be a time out where you're just like, I need a break, I need to rest, I need to recover and regroup and heal before I reconnect. It also says that this is a relationship that could be in the process of healing overall. And also, Cancer, if you're, you know, kind of waiting for that soulmate to come in, this is universe saying, take a little time, or they might need a little time, especially for some of you, because a lot of your readings this year have been really, really tough with love. They have been really, really challenging, especially because right now, universally, y'all have had, you know, Saturn and Pluto both sitting in your relationship house, but you know what's happening very soon is that Jupiter is coming into alignment with those because it's moving into Capricorn as well. So it's going to bring a lot of better luck your way as we go into 2020, absolutely. So this could definitely be Spirit saying, Cancer, just take a little break, take a little rest, recover, regroup, because there's something better and something really beautiful coming in for a lot of you. So let's pull another clarifier for the next card, because here we go. This is the Hopes and Fears position, and this is going to start out with the Ten of Wands, which is very, very challenging. This is something where you've really been through the fire, you've been through the challenge, you've been through the trials, you have been burdened, you have been weighed down. You know, that stuff with that Eight of Swords and that Devil in that past position, yeah, y'all have really been going through it, and some of you may still be going through it. So that fire energy that comes through that, you know, that Ten of Wands, I don't know what that is. It might even be a dragon or something, you know, burning the forest. I love my dragons. I am a dragon, but wow, you know, sometimes if that dragon gets out of hand, you know, it can turn into Smog or something from The Hobbit, you know, and he's pretty rough. But this really also says that you've come to the end of a very, very challenging cycle with all that energy. And so on top of this is that Two of Swords. So Cancer, you are a little bit guarded around the heart chakra because she carries those swords and she covers her heart space with that. Also, the veil over her eyes is an indicator that it's kind of like because of that, she feels like she's not really seeing clearly. So for you guys, it's really a thing where you've been through quite a lot. And your big fear right now is that it's like, I don't want to get back into another negative cycle. I don't want to give my heart again and get hurt. So again, this is the Hopes and Fears, Cancer. So this isn't something that's tangible. This is something that's more in your mind. It's not so much that this is going to manifest necessarily, but it is a point where you say, you know, you've got to take some time to heal. You've got to honor yourself. And when it's time, you can let those swords down and let your heart be open again. So going into the outcome card here, we have very strong Aquarius energy, very strong Uranus energy coming out with that Queen of Swords. To me, this is a combination of using your feminine intuition along with those of that very crystal clear air element quality so that you can make very strong good decisions for yourself. The Queen of Swords doesn't take any crap from anybody. She's feminine. She has that, you know, that sense of the divine feminine, but she's also very clear and very strong. And it's like when something isn't right, it isn't right. And she has no fear of letting something go and just cutting it off and transforming. So let's pull a clarifier for her, please. And look at that. King of Cups comes in to talk to her. So, you know, Cancer, you could be very much in the position of the Queen of Swords, and you might be saying, I'm not going to take any trouble from anybody, but that King of Cups could be either your own energy coming in, because this is a very Cancer-based card, the King of Cups is, and he's all about emotional healing and recovery. And so this could be somebody that comes in to help you do that emotional recovery work, or you could be doing it for yourself. But either way, this is a definite combination of emotion and intellect, and that's been showing up throughout this entire session for you. So let's bring up an affirmation with the Divine Doors deck and see what that one brings forth for you as the last bit of advice. All right, so Cancer, here is the door. And the message on the back, as you can see, there it is. It's heart healing, which is so perfect for this reading. Mourning, like, you know, grieving now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. So Cancer, this is a wonderful affirmation, confirmation. You're coming up out of the darkness. You're going towards the light. Your heart is healing. Give it the time that it needs, but there is a lot of love and good stuff coming through for you right now. So have a wonderful rest of November. I will see you guys again very soon. Take care.